Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Zube here. I'm going to do a collective reading. This is timeless. If you are interested in a personal reading, my information is down below. I do astrology and tarot. So this reading is going to be general. You can be anywhere sort of in the reading, although I'm tapping into the collective. So what I'm looking for is as within, so without, sort of how collectively we are ascending, evolving, whatever, and how we might be interacting with one another. We have the Six of Wands. When oh, that's kind of funny because it sort of fits in. The Six of Wands to represent us. And the Six of Wands is acknowledging how far you've come. There have been successes along the way. We're not exactly where we want to be. However, we're not at the 10 yet, but it's acknowledged that we're not at the beginning either. That's the situation card. The crossing card is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is co-creating. The wands are fire. So fire energy is creativity, passion, the spiritual journey, manifesting. And with the Three of Wands crossing the Six of Wands, it's like, it's maybe difficult to acknowledge how far we've come because at the present moment we are expanding and growing. So we might not even recognize how far we've come. Threes are always about expansion and growth, co-creating with others. A lot of wands. At the base of the matter, the subconscious or unconscious, we have the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands, again, with the fire, the manifesting, the spiritual journey, we could be defending ourselves without even realizing it. We could be pushing people away, or there might be a need to create boundaries so that we feel safe. We could be feeling blocked by others. And then we have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, that's financial security, money. This is in the subconscious. So it's the king. And so it could be overly concerned about finances. Why do I keep getting the word greed, right? And I do actually feel that we all deserve abundance and wealth and all of that stuff. However, we can get greedy, but the King of Pentacles can kind of be greedy. And this is in the unconscious or the subconscious. So maybe we are pushing others away out of a sense of greed. Like being overly defensive of what we have or what we want. And the threes can also be interference. So maybe we are being interfered with by others, or we're being interfering. And that's preventing us from going further, because the Six of Wands represents acknowledging success along the way, but it could be that we're blocked from progressing. Maybe this is going to be one of those where when I read for you, you're reading for yourself as well, especially because this is general and collective. Are you pushing people away, or are you being interfering? That's your call. Like you know the answer to that. Recent past, justice. So we're concerned about justice, balance, wanting things to, we could be dealing with something karmic. The justice card represents karma. We could be concerned about righting something that's wrong. It is about the universe balancing the scales. And the karma card is you get what you put out. So it's one of those ones that people see it and they're like, yeah, the cards are saying I'm right. And it's like, well, not really. Like, are you in your integrity when no one is looking? Because the justice card, even if you are right, could indicate that there's a bite in the ass somewhere in it for you, because we're also not perfect. But for the most part, and by and large, if your heart is pure, then you're really not concerned with negative karma that's coming your way, if that makes sense. But all I'm saying that is, in the recent past, there could be that something has come up regarding karma, situations that feel unfair or out of balance. What we do know, the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is long-term prosperity, legacy. It's happiness, looking at the bigger picture. The Pentacles are also often the suit of the family. Pentacles are earth energy. That's 3D. So what we know in the unconscious, we have the King of Pentacles, where I'm getting greed from that one, or it could be we're not being honest with ourselves about our desires for finances. What is known, what is conscious that we are reaching for is long-term prosperity and happiness and a happy family. It's often a happy extended family as well. So we know that that's what we're reaching for. It's just and wealth. Wealth is not just money, wealth is a number of other things. It's health, it's relationships, it's all of that stuff. And we know that that's what our aim is. It's important too. I always think of the 10 of Pentacles as looking at the bigger picture, and wherever we are on the journey of our life, remember that the things that feel really, really big right now will not seem so big one day. Who's to say when one day will be, but one day they will not be near as big. What are we moving towards? Oh, the Ace of Cups. Now here we have cups. Cups are water. That's our emotions. I was describing Pentacles can represent family. So because our family relationships our work, there's something that we work on. They work together. When you have a home, you like do stuff that's worky like. Get that refocused. So, but the cups are emotional fulfillment. Sometimes emotionally we want something, but in a Pentacles kind of way, it's not working. It's really pissing me off. There we go. Okay. Sorry, that was bothering me. Focus. Okay. Ace of Cups, we're moving towards opening our heart, really wanting what feels emotionally fulfilling. So we're in a lot of fire energy, which is desire, the burning passion, the burning, your spirit craving to move in certain directions, to achieve certain things, to light your heart up. And we're moving towards the cup energy, which is having your cup filled emotionally. So receiving love from others, giving love to others, but it's opening up more emotionally and beginning a new journey of love. Or a new emotional journey that isn't necessarily action, which the wands are action. The cups are feeling. Advice. Ace of Wands. That's funny. So we got the Ace of Cups is where we're moving towards. The Ace of Wands is the action, taking action towards the things that we want, the things that fill our cup, the things that make us feel good. Ready. It's not about the finances, the 10 of Pentacles. It's not about the money, the possessions, the having things. So we want to look at the bigger picture with that and remember that wealth is a number of things. It's emotional fulfillment. It's what makes our heart feel good. So we got the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups coming up in the future. And if there's interference or it could just be that the Three of Wands right here is this challenge card presenting a challenge. Maybe others are interfering with that process or throwing shade on what we're trying to do. So often with the Three of Wands, it's a period of quiet and solitude where we're growing on our own, co-creating with God and the universe. All right. Other people. The Knight of Pentacles. This is how are we experiencing others? How are others looking at us? And the Knight of Pentacles is the hardest working card in the deck. It puts in the manual labor. The Knight of Pentacles can often mean slow progress that other people can't see, but he plants a field or something like that. He's a very deliberate and dedicated worker. And this is like working to build something. And sometimes that is, again, a very quiet process. And so if others in your life are quiet, it may simply be that they are in the process of working on something and growing and building something for later. The hopes and fears, we got two cards. Six of Cups. And the World. So the Six of Cups is emotional connection. I really love this card. I'm going to focus on it one more time. It's two children giving each other cups. And again, the cups represent emotional fulfillment. And there's an innocence to it. This can often be like a soulmate card. This is in the hopes and fears spot. So it's something we're both hopeful of as well as afraid of. The World card is completion. The major arcana, which are major life lessons, go from 0, the Fool, all the way up to 21, which is the World. And the World card represents the culmination of like a big life lesson. And this is coming out in hopes and fears. So this could, I'm even getting, this could be like lifetimes. Maybe we are learning a difficult aspect of ourselves, or difficult, like defeating self-thought, like limiting beliefs of ourselves. That there's something about this that feels we are overcoming something big where we're limiting ourselves. And the Six of Cups, hopes and fears, is this fear of really connecting on an innocent level. So maybe wanting to reach out with others, maybe, oh, this is a funny story that's coming out to me. So when I first started manifesting, I ran into this girl, and it was a super synchronistic encounter, but she was into manifesting too. And I was in Mississippi at the time. I had been sober for like a year maybe. And we both went out to eat by ourselves and ended up talking to each other. So we got to talking about manifesting and all of that. And I had felt like I'm just going to go eat at that restaurant. And it was kind of out of character of me because I didn't have a lot of money at the time, but I did it. And I felt like it was to me, and talk with her. And we had a great conversation. We ended up becoming friends, but she was telling me that in order to be high vibe or 5D or whatever, I don't know how weird people who watch me are. I'm pretty weird, but you had to eat like all the proper things and hang out with other people who are high vibe or whatever. And at the time I was like, yo, I got sober. I eat a lot of fucking candy and I hang out with people who are dealing with addictions, because I worked at a rehab. And I kind of laughed. Like, it's not like it bothered me, but I didn't, that definition of high vibe did not resonate with me, honestly, because I don't think you need to hang out with other high vibe people to be high vibe, right? But there is a and authenticity that I feel is high vibe. And that's what the Six of Cards is. Six of Cards, Six of Cups is making me think of. I can't talk today. Um, innocently connecting, really putting ourselves out there, being transparent, just sharing with others, being vulnerable. There's a vulnerability about the Six of Cups and the World card, that like there's this big life lesson, the hopes and fears spot. We are both hopeful of and fearful of. You'll whenever you really dig into things, I feel you'll almost always find that whatever you want, you're also somewhere inside afraid of. And that's that. We want to be vulnerable with others. We want to learn these lessons. We want to know our own worth and our own value. And then interesting, in the outcome card, we got the Eight of Swords. I was honestly anticipating a little bit more of a positive card to come out in that spot, but the Eight of Swords is being stuck in our head, being trapped in our mind. She has a blindfold on, like we can't see everything. We can't know all the information. So are we going to create crazy stories in our mind, or are we going to put our faith in good things? Are we going to believe like that we can have good outcomes even if all of the facts don't line up? So I kind of want to look at all of this. It's like we could have had a big karmic hiccup. Something flew in our face that we weren't quite expecting. It's there's a rebalancing happening, but sometimes that looks messy in the process of it. With that Justice card in the past, we could be overly concerned about possessions, about wealth, but I should say money, more materialistic things. Like that's what we're aiming for. Or there could also be a fear of loss, loss of financial stability. And so we're hyper focused on that aspect. And we are either pushing people away or interfering with the Seven of Wands and the Three of Wands. But the point is, we're simply to acknowledge how far we've come. We're not where we need to be yet. And that's okay. Like, where are we going? We might not even fucking know. That's entirely possible. But we are going in the direction where our hearts are more open to give and receive love. And the advice is to take action, take baby steps. The Ace of Wands doesn't have to be like a big, huge action. We can just take small, minor actions in the direction of what we want, even if those are mental or, just little physical things, saying prayers, talking to God, talking to spirit. God. I didn't always like the name God, but it's just so short and perfect that I got over that. But it's all the same to me. Universe, spirit, source, whatever. Bob, Larry, I don't care. And it's going to be hard work. It's going to be hard work. We might not be able to see the progress. Progress potentially will be incremental, and we won't notice until we get further down the road, which could also be that Six of Wands I had said in the beginning. We might not even recognize that we've gotten anywhere because we're still in the process of growing and being able to see it. But be open-minded, know that change is occurring for you. Don't let that debilitate you or put you into that Eight of Swords where you're trapped in your head and feeling stuck. Maybe she's like using her vivid imagination in there and thinking of beautiful things happening that the universe is all taking care of. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day on Earth. Again, reach out to me if you are interested in a personal reading, and I'll see you soon. Peace. Namaste.